Hey y'all, so this is probably one of my one of my favorite episodes just because me and him really go back and forth in real life just as far as what we believe and where we stand on it. So I don't go into as much detail as I normally would just because I want y'all to get his perspective and his point of view. I don't know why you can't really hear me. Turn it up if you need to. We was having some technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. This just doesn't sound right. But yeah, enjoy the episode. And I tried to keep it in a nice little time frame. And yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask them how they doing, and more importantly, I'm gonna ask them how their mama doing because I know all their mamas still love me. I have no. I'm not throwing no shots. Look, is that what that was?
Oh my god, we're not doing this. All right.
Somebody who went to go talk to a bush that was on fire. It's basically he got high and talked to God.
Okay.
I'm for real.
Hey y'all, this is Donna Duh. Your debut.
Oh well, my name is Juan, aka HR Paper Stacks, aka Chef Peasy, aka Primetime Price. I like the way you move. Is that what that was?
Oh my god, we're not doing this. All right, we're gonna start with icebreakers for you. Start with icebreakers for you. I might answer them too. All right, when you die, what do you want to be remembered for?
Being a definition of what love is, you know what I'm saying? Just giving back. Hopefully, God willing, I'm in a situation to where I'm able to be blessed and have a lot of things in life to where I'm able to give back. You know what I'm saying? Giving back, showing showing people the same love that I got and that I still get is just my end. Back any fashion trend, you know what it would be? Big t-shirts, baggy pants, and boots. You definitely do. I don't know why that trend even went out of style. I hate wearing tight clothes. I really do. Oh, I thought it was true. It sounded like they was true.
I just knew you would say something like hats and big.
Yeah, that was definitely my day. Or if I couldn't do then, I would do like Isley Brothers type, like chest out shirts, chains on, disco pants. I wouldn't have a fro. I would definitely still have my hair twisted up, but long sleeve Cadillac.
You're done. You have a disgusting. All right. If you were famous, what would you be famous for?
Acting. I'm really a hell of an actor. Little do y'all know, I can sell any story. Anything, actually.
So show them.
Okay.
Wait. Give him a round of applause.
All right, so look. Imagine. This is a story. It's me and you, right? We sitting here, we walking down the street. There's a little boy who runs out in the middle of the street, and this is how it would go. Hey, what you in the street for, little bro? Where your mama at? My mommy's at work. You see this little boy in the street?
Yeah.
You see him?
I can't imagine. Come on.
You see them says, so you see the little boy. Yo, you can see, okay, so you gonna be laughing at him and be like, look, bro, where your mama at? And he's gonna be like, she's at work, I guess. And I'm gonna be like, all right, well, where's your dad at? And he's gonna be like, my dad's at work too. I'm gonna be like, well, you don't have no babysitter or something like that. And he's gonna be like, no. And then
Storyline.
Just let it play out.
Okay.
So then the dog's gonna come around the corner, right? And it's gonna bite the kid. And then we're going to have to taste after the dog because we need to know if the dog had rabies or not. Now, do you see what type of acting I'm doing? I'm acting like I'm going somewhere with this story, but I'm really talking in circles. That's why I'm a hell of an actor.
You're finished. You
Was that good acting? No. Oh my goodness. Yes, it was. No, that's good acting. That's good acting.
What is the best piece of advice you have ever been given?
Cherish time more than anything, more than money, more than people. Cherish your time. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as wasting time, but there is a such thing as wasting time doing things you don't want to be doing. But there's no such thing as wasting time.
We're here today, gone tomorrow.
Swear to you.
All right, so your brother.
We don't say that takes it in negative context. We say transition because the energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. I like how I see it is right now. He's in the in between. The in between going back into the universe and in between this realm of space of existence to where he can interact with the world. But even though you can't see it, I can still, you know what I'm saying? I can feel him. A lot of my family feels him. You know what I'm saying? He comes to see me in a lot of my dreams and stuff. But I feel like he's where we're trying to get to in life. The in between.
So how has it been since losing him, and what was the experience like?
It was tough. It was the most devastating thing I've ever went through. But it made me a better person. It made me cherish things more. Like, sometimes in life, you feel like you're on a hamster wheel of working every day, just not appreciating things, not appreciating your life. And sometimes it takes things like that to knock you off your platform to really have you appreciate every day. Like, I really used to see things by weeks, months, and stuff like that. Like, I'd be rather than 6 months, but now I do small things, and it's every day. It's an everyday process.
If you really like a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really have an interest in them, how many times are you going to spin the block?
I'm going to spin the block until like, you can kind of feel when you got a shot and when you don't. Like, some females will entertain it and they be like, like, no, dude, it'll never, you know what I'm saying? But they're still entertaining you, you know what I'm saying? To all the fellas out there, to all the fellas out there, if you are shooting your shot at a female and you can make her laugh, you got a chance. That's how. If she doesn't laugh at your jokes or it's so you any time of day, just go ahead and move on. But you always got a chance.
Like, why? Maybe she just thinks you're funny. Like, what's the big idea?
But see, you got to think. It's not an instant thing. Sometimes it's a slow grind. Sometimes, you know, okay, this guy's funny. Then it becomes he's cute. And then it becomes he's a good person. And then, you know, you go on a few dates. And then look, everything's changed. I'm talking from personal real life experience.
Are you?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
How's that been going for you?
What do you mean? It's been good. It's good experiences. You know, I don't keep track of relationships and stuff like that. I like to keep track of like experiences I have with people, making me into the better person, showing me what I really want out of life. You know what I'm saying?
No. What do you mean? So how many times has it worked? Like, you spin the block and actually.
The most I've ever did spin the block and it worked. Y'all not gonna believe me, but it was one time. It was like 7 times. I have a can't, you know what I'm saying, don't quit attitude. Like, I grew up watching WWE, so John Cena's never quit is one thing that always stuck with me.
You're done. So is it just like, when you are like trying to get the person, is it just like, oh, I just want to fuck with them, and that's what they'll.
I feel like we're really, really young. Like I said, value in time. Like, sometimes I feel like some days you wake up, you really are in love with a person, just puppy love and all that. And some days you don't want to talk to the person, but every day you love that person. Like, I don't feel like love always has to be affection or something shown like that. Like, loving somebody can just be when they get up in the morning, you picking up after them and doing shit like that. Like, that can just be love. And I feel like the experiences you have with people show you what you do like and what you don't like. But you know what they say. When you, nah, you know I am. You know I am. No, when you have interest in other people or see things, you see versions of yourself in other people. And that has been true. Like, the most, every time I think about it, I'll be like, dang, Like that is a reflection of my behavior.
It is. Okay, yeah. You have to take time to get a better version of yourself so that you start seeing a better version that you would want for yourself.
But what is considered a better version of yourself?
I don't know, just better than what you used to. Like,
yeah, I feel that.
Bad habits that you used. What has your worst relationship consisted of?
Worst relationship? I have no. I'm not throwing no shots. Look, I just want to say, all my exes out there, I have love for even the ones that do not like me. I have love for every single one of y'all. I hope y'all doing great in life. I haven't really had bad relationship advice. Like I'm really easy. It's been easy going. Like when we do break off, it's on mutual terms, or like there's never a point to where I'll be like, oh, I messed this up, messing with this and this and doing blase. Like, you know, usually when I'm done, I'm done. So we come to a mutual agreement. Even if in that present moment, yeah, maybe you have a little attitude with me, maybe I'm mad at you, but like it's nothing to where you couldn't come back from. Like if I see all my exes out, I'm gonna say hi, I'm gonna speak, and I'm gonna ask them how they doing, and more importantly, I'm gonna ask them how their mama doing, because I know all their mamas still love me. I mean, yeah, but I feel like everybody is manipulative in their own way, because as humans, if you want something, you're going to do what you want to get it, whether that's appealing to somebody in a positive light or negative light. You're going to get what you want at the end of the day.
Okay, well, we're talking about the bad light.
Oh, okay, we're talking about bad. Oh, I feel like it's only bad if you're aware of what you're doing. Some people just don't be aware of their narcissism and what they project out. Like a lot of what people project out on other people is just trauma. You know what I'm saying? Bad experiences that they didn't have in their life, and they just project that out on other people. Just don't have no healthy coping mechanisms or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like motherfuckers just forget to breathe and just start tweaking. Like, bro, if you just sat there, breathed, and thought about it, and probably ate something, you'll be fine.
What?
I'm for real. I'm for real. Like you talking like I'm for real. Like when people just don't be aware of what they be doing.
Oh yeah, not self-aware.
Yeah, just the lack of self-awareness. Now I feel like if you're aware of what you be doing and you're still manipulating people, then that's the worst type.
That's what I mean. So that's not like in a positive way.
But how much responsibility is on the person? Because you're only going to get treated as you let somebody treat you. So if you let somebody manipulate you, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like there's responsibility on that person who's getting manipulated.
But like, I don't know. You're right.
Like, okay, let me ask you. Transitioning to me, the current host of Donna Duh. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had any bad relationships or like experiences with people to where they was just using narcissistic ways to keep you around?
Yes, but I don't want to say, because you said it's like a reflection of you, and I don't think that I'm that type of person to where I would manipulate somebody to keep them around.
But just because that, I'm sorry to rep. I'm sorry.
I think at a point I was that type of person. So, yes. But I don't think that relationship was kind of towards more like the breakup as far as the manipulation going to keep somebody around. The details that go into that. So, but yes, I have. And I think that my second that would have been considered a relationship was more so like a trauma bond.
I'm for real, because when I rudely interrupted you, that's what I was getting ready to say, literally, but I didn't let you finish.
What, trauma?
Yeah, like that's what holds a lot of people together, like the trauma, like things you experienced as a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't really grow up in a 2-parent household, you know, you really see single moms, single dads, you know, you see dating, you see some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because my dad was not around. Like, I still have contact with my daddy. He wasn't like, oh, I don't know who my daddy is. Like, I know who he is. He just wasn't who he's supposed to be in my life. So I think that also played a lot into the relationships that could have been, because I have daddy issues.
You know what's really crazy? I actually know your dad.
I'm irritated.
You're irritated? when we get off, when the camera goes, I'm explaining to you how I know.
Like my real dad? No.
Yeah.
I think I know how you know my daddy. How did we'll discuss it later.
We'll discuss it later.
So what is a trauma bond to you? Or a soul tie?
Soul ties and trauma bonds are different. Two different things. You can have a soul tie to somebody. It doesn't even have to be on a love tip. Just y'all energies just align with each other. You just know you need to be in this person's life. It doesn't have to always involve like feelings and things like that. Like you can have love for somebody but not be in love with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but in my case, I feel like sometimes I get the lines blurred. So like, I'm like, I have this feeling for this person. I know it's not supposed to be like a romantic thing. And then it just turns into that. So that's why I just need to take a break.
I feel you, but I don't understand what's wrong with if you love. So there's nothing wrong with projecting your feelings. You just gotta understand that this isn't the end all be all.
I know, and I get in that mindset of this is the end all be all.
I understand.
Start and then tripping out, and then it just be too much. So I just need to take a break.
I understand. Do you have any love spells you feel like?
What is that? What? Here you go.
Do you want to? Yeah, it is. Love spells. You know any love spells? Like, you feel like you're under any?
He does witchcraft.
I do. I mean, I don't say, okay, put it like this. I don't do witchcraft. But I'm very aware of it. And I'm very aware of how my energy can be manipulated to making you feel things and making you feel like you need this or need that. What I mean by it, do you have any love spells? Do you have any person's DNA? If you have contact with any person's DNA that's through fluids, that's a love spell. Whether that's, if you have contact with another person through fluids, and you're in the energy of being aroused and doing arousal type things, if you're in that space, that's a love spell. And it'll make you be attached to somebody who doesn't even give two F's about you, but that spell that they put, the energy, that's manipulative energy that you're under.
Okay, yeah. Maybe. No, listen, but you know I don't get into the witchcraft. I don't get into all the, y'all. Bruh.
You ain't gotta be. I'm just saying you ain't gotta be into it as far as participating, but just be aware of what's going on around you.
Very aware of it. We're not getting into it because he be trying to. You know how I feel.
I know. I just love messing with you.
You know how I feel. Let's talk about your religion. Not even your religion. What you believe in, and your personal relationships. Do you think that affects your personal relationships, or do most of the people you surround yourself with believe in the same thing you do?
I mean, most of the people I surround myself with have the same ideas with me. I feel like I used to be one of them people who used to look down on other people because they believe in this or go this certain way. I'm not going to sit there and lie, but I come to realize the truth is truth in everything. I feel like every religion is telling the same story of how basically changing your life and being a better person affects the people around you. Like let's look at something like Christianity and what's the other religion I'm thinking of? What would you call being a Muslim? What's that? What's the religion called? Like I was just talking to my grandmother about this yesterday. You know, my grandmother, she's very, she went to church, did all these things. And, me and her, we just be talking. She be asking me questions about like, do I believe in the exact religion or things detail from detail? And I just be like, no, because I don't trust nothing word from word. But like I said, there is truth in everything. People just don't go around making up stories. That's one thing. A story that's withstood the tell of time. They don't make them things up. But I just feel like how we translate everything is out of context. You know what I'm saying?
So we believe in two totally different things.
For sure.
Because we've been going at it for years.
For sure.
Get under my skin because he doesn't believe in God, but he does.
I believe in the higher power. But I just feel like God is not a person. It's not a he. It's not a she. It's a energy. It's a space. It's an energy. It's a frequency. I feel like you vibrate on certain frequencies, and the God frequency is just way up here. You know what I'm saying? And you only can achieve that frequency through your heart. If you know what I'm saying, through love. That's what I feel like God is. God is love. because that's the ultimate thing. Love is the one thing that every being wants to feel. Whether you're alive, you can be a plant, animal, human, everything wants love. And I feel like that's the God energy. Let me ask you a question. So you know the story of Moses in the burning bush, right? Like how I interpret it is you got Moses, right? And one thing I do know, we have been doing the same thing in history for like the last 6,000 years. We've been doing the same exact things. I really feel like the story of Moses and the burning bush is not somebody who went to go talk to a bush that was on fire. It's basically he got high and talked to God.
Okay.
I'm for real.
Not much.
Burning. I feel like all burning bushes is code for smoking. And when you know what I'm saying, when you inebriate yourself, you getting these other energies. And I feel like that's how he got to the God energy. It's through that.
Keep smoking. You think okay. See, I don't not even my issue with smoking. I feel like a lot of people use smoking to get away from their true emotions, to put them on pause versus actually going through them.
True.
I think that's a form of
that's very true.
Just like feel the emotions instead of trying to like
we definitely abuse it, but I feel like people push their emotions away is because if you look at what reality is right now, you gotta have money to survive. You gotta take care of yourself. You got to try to take care of your family. And sometimes you just don't have time to feel emotions. I feel like sometimes when you feel like your emotions every day, they take you out of days. And some people can't afford to miss days and do this just because, oh, I'm feeling sad today because of this, or I'm feeling like this today. A lot of people don't have that room or things like that, especially like people with kids and stuff.
I think a lot of people don't allow themselves to have that room. And I also feel like if you're trying, so people complain about like not being able to do what they want to do and things like that. But when they get the opportunity, say like when people get paid and things like that, that's a chance to invest in what you would actually want to do. But people choose to spend it on other things like weed, alcohol, going out, and they have.
Oh, very true. Especially in the black community, we have, and if you look and not even black community, anywhere it's poverty, there's liquor stores everywhere.
Even if you have kids, I think people use kids as an excuse, but I don't have kids, so.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know y'all struggles, but
you're right. You're definitely right. People's money management is terrible. I do feel like everybody should be pursuing something that serves them, but a lot of people just on that. I feel like to be in that mindset, you got to be on a certain vibration. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really feel free, unbounded to stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people who are in a lower vibrational energy feel like, oh, I gotta do this. This is the only thing I can do. This is the only way. Like that's a low vibration. You know what I'm saying? The higher your vibration, the freer you are.
In my way, I just feel like the closer you are with God, your relationship with Him, it allows you to be open-minded about a lot of stuff and pursue things. When you're like pursuing something you want and you're like praying about it, and then it's aligned with your actual purpose. That just goes with a lot of people worrying about what other people have to say as well, and who you surround yourself with.
What's crazy is we always go at it, but I swear to you, we really be saying the same thing. Just put different words in different spaces.
Because you really aggravate me in real life.
No, I do not.
Yes, I do.
No, I do not.
We be texting back and forth about really
because you read text messages how you read your thoughts, and I don't know how you read. Okay, so put it like this: when I text, I text about how I would read it, but not how you would read it. Like you have, that voice in your head that be narrating everything that you do. How you interpret that is different than how I interpret it. That's why text messages is never the best place to discuss something. I don't know if you've noticed, I have started sending a lot more voice messages. I've been sending a lot more voice messages with people, literally. But I'm telling you, Donna, we be saying the same. Like even when we do, I be peeping. We be saying the same exact thing, but just over text messages, you just can't interpret that right. How are you supposed to feel if I tell you how you feel about something is not right, regardless of what it is? If I tell you I'm not saying that you do it. I'm saying like if I do it, you have every right to be mad. But if we're in person and I'm explaining to you why I feel like my way is different than yours and stuff, like that's kind of like, oh, okay, maybe. Like I literally said higher being, and you replaced my word of higher being with God. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the same. We're talking about the same thing. how I say energy and
I don't think we're talking
vibrations.
about the same thing. I think we have the same sort of meaning in
That's what
separate ways. It's not no. Because I believe God is that's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? Put your life, your trust, and everything in God, and you shall align with your purpose. You be talking about floating in the air.
I do. Just existing, just existing. Okay, so let me ask you something.
Okay.
Do you feel like God is up here and you're like down there to where you got to look up to that person?
So like if I'm having a bad day or something like that, and I'm like a real bad day, and then I pray or I listen to gospel music, I'm in like a better mood, and I just feel. I don't know. Like I've had times where I'm like ask God to like show me He's real, and then literally within the time frame that I asked, it just happens. I think there's different levels to it though. I'm not so much on the religious side of it, but I definitely feel like the personal relationship is needed.
I agree. You need to. I don't think that like my version, like I would say, like I don't think you're definitely on the same playing field as God. But if you're not out here doing what you're supposed to be doing, as far as quote unquote being righteous or doing the right thing, then you're not on the same playing field.
I think it takes time to get to that point because I'll have times where I'm like I'm on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm as godly as I can be, but then I have my times where I feel like I'm backsliding. But when you ask for forgiveness, as long as it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna keep doing it because I know He's gonna forgive me for it. If it's not something like that, I think
For the real,
get back on track. Even if you fall back, you gotta get back on track.
You know where we really have to disconnect that. Because like how you're really all love and light. Like I'm not all love and light. Like I understand love and light, but I also understand dark energy, like solitude, darkness. I understand like it's a balance thing. Like everything is full. No, not evil. I mean, but like what makes something evil? Like for real, like okay, what makes something evil?
So that's just like, what is the difference between right and wrong? You know what the difference between right and wrong would be.
Okay, that's cool. So you feel like stealing is wrong, right?
Yes.
Okay. But is it wrong if you're stealing because you don't have no job and you got 5 kids at home that need to eat? Yes. Forget the law, everything. At the end of the day, you have survival instincts. You're a human. At the end of the day, you want to feed your family, and today you just don't have it. Nothing's working out.
If you really like are unaware and you don't know anything about vibrations, God, or anything, I mean, I don't say it's okay, but I feel like you might get a pass for it because you just don't know, so you are in survival mode. But I feel like once you reach a point to where you are understanding, it's bad. Stealing is bad. That's literally one of the 10 commandments. I'm
not saying stealing is good, but all I'm saying is if I had kids and I was messed up and I didn't have anything or I didn't have anybody, if I had to steal to feed my family, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? Like when I talk about messing with dark and evil energy or just being in having low vibrational energies around, it's not a consistent place to be. I feel like it's a balance thing. Like some days I have days where it's 3 days in a row of just I'm loving, I'm a light person. Then I have a day of where I'm just sitting in solitude. I just want to feel. Just like how you say, I be in the air, like them is days where I'm listening to my quote unquote, I guess you would call them demons, my bad thoughts. So I'm just listening to them, self-criticism and things like that, because that's what keeps me aware.
I also think that's where you find out a lot about yourself, like when you're like sitting on your bad days, because then you think, I don't want to get back to this point. So they're not as bad as time goes along, and you know how to get yourself out of them, just not sitting in them forever. And then that's how a lot of time gets away from people because people feel like they have a lot of time and I can just get over it.
No, you do not.
But I don't have any more questions or anything. And we're well past our time. So, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I want to say, long live AP, long live Trayvon Mitchell. Recently, we just had a coat drive called the Trayvon Mitchell Coat Drive. Is where we get out. We have grooming stations. We have clothing, toiletries, and we go out and we feed the homeless. We do it once every year. Check us out on Instagram at the. Appreciate it. Check us out, the Ahmad Price Foundation. We're combating youth homelessness and youth mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're really trying to make a difference. We're a nonprofit organization. You know what I'm saying? Our end goal is to eventually, I want to, build a Boys and Girls Club Center for people who don't have a lot of, that's why a lot of kids get in trouble or do bad things. They don't have nothing to do.
How's that working? When kids with behavior issues.
Exactly.
I see it up front, close.
Exactly.
So.
Like, how would you feel if you went home every day and you don't get no love from your mom and your daddy? You doing everything on your own since you was able to be aware of anything. Like, how could you be a good person? How could you want to do good things? I'm saying it's not an excuse because some people do turn out good, but that primes you for failure.
It does. And I think, like, with the kids, I do see it so much.
I already say, so you be in their mom or big sis?
No, they be in there pissing me off. I definitely be more like big sister. There's like mom figures in there with kids that really know how to have sitting conversations. I am still working on myself while trying to work with them, but the job has taught me a lot.
The patience. Special shout out to sub Donna Duh. Donna Duh. That's how she should say it. She says Donna Duh, but it should be Donna Duh. Okay, bye.